Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monroe Stadium in downtown Fredericksburg for James Monroe High School football on Fredericksburg's education station. The Yellow Jackets come home after 3 weeks and a hurricane for their last non-district game of the year against the Essex Trojans. I'm Herman Kay with Bob Blackburn, bringing you tonight's game on a Monday night between two top-ranked teams in the state of Virginia. Essex mans the #1 ranking in 1A football, as the Yellow Jackets are currently number 3 in the 3A classification. So James Monroe picked up 2 road wins over Manassas Park and Petersburg before their bye week to improve their record to 3-1 on the season. 2 weeks ago, Bob, the Yellow Jackets played a very impressive 48 minutes against Petersburg and put together a 51-6 win. So they had it all clicking on that night.
They absolutely did. And we had a good dinner that night, too.
We certainly did. Croaker Spot comes to mind.
Yes, it does.
Matter of fact, Sammy Franzello and his friends was talking about it a little while before we came in the press box tonight about what a great meal they had prior to that Petersburg. So not only did we feast and eat well, Yellow Jackets had a pretty good time feasting up.
That's right. There was some black and orange up in there.
Well, all 3 phases shined against the Crimson Wave in that Petersburg win. The offense tallied another game with over 400 yards of offense. Quarterback A.J. Felton passed for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns to Jalen Price and Dre Boley, while the running game amassed 241 yards on the ground behind the tough running of Felton, D.J. Weldon, Jawan Davis, Vinnie Smith, Gary Boxley, Bob Blackburn, and Herman Kay. What a list of runners.
Yeah, what can I say? Complete.
But even sophomore JV standout Devine Ford got in on the action and scored a 4th quarter touchdown. The defense seems to be turning a corner and regaining some lost swagger over the past couple of seasons. They are playing a very fast, aggressive style of football that is tailor-made for success. Against Petersburg, 5 turnovers, Bob, were forced and only 108 total yards were surrendered. After a tough outing versus Dinwiddie, the JM defense has only given up 15 points in 3 games, but today's opponent poses a greater challenge for this James Monroe High School football team. Essex is the #1 team in single-A football and have been perennially strong. This year is no different. What was that? I was getting ready to take cover.
Yeah, that's right. I thought it was incoming. I didn't know.
Coach John Folks has his team at a perfect 4-0 this year with wins over Goochland, King George, King William, and Deep Run. That's some pretty good competition there for this Essex team. Tim Coleman, who's here in the press box with us, was telling us before we went on the air, Bob, about he went to the Essex and King George game as we get set for our national anthem here at Monroe Stadium. National anthem here at Monroe Stadium, and was that the United States Army Marching Band?
I thought it was the James Monroe Band.
The James Monroe High School Marching Band.
Just Just kidding. That was a that was a good rendition.
Great rendition by the James Monroe High School marching band. So we're talking about Essex, with wins over King William, King George, and Deep Run. The Essex offense is multi-formation, but their main offense is a double slot look, quarterback by Tajon Nelson. This is the kid we watched in warm-ups, Bob. He's a tall kid, very athletic, and can throw the football. So the Yellow Jackets will receive the football to open up this football game tonight. Essex kicking off to the Yellow Jackets. Glad to have you along tonight on Channel 83. I'm Herman Kay alongside Bob Blackburn, bringing you this key matchup between the Yellow Jackets and the Essex Trojans.
Looks like JM's going to receive.
Monday Night Football here tonight. Of course, all the rain in the area over the weekend. And it's going to be a squib kick along the ground taken by one of the upbacks for the Yellow Jackets. And he slips through out across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. Excellent field position for the Yellow Jackets to open up this football game.
Yeah, they, first of all, they showed a lot of difference to the to the JM return team by making that short kick. The second thing was when he got loose on that corner, they thought they had made a terrible mistake.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at their 48-yard line. One receiver splits to the near side of the field. That's Bowley. Quarterback operating from the pistol formation. First and 10 yards to go. And they run right into number 10 for Essex. That's Damian Brooks, 6'1", 225 senior. He was in on the J.M. Huddle ball.
Yeah, he was. He came in the backfield like a couple times in the Redskin game we saw.
Loss of a yard on that play, setting up a second. And 11 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Loss of a yard on that play. Second and 11 from the JM 47-yard line. Just getting underway, 11:20 to go in this opening quarter from Maury Stadium. No score. Yellow Jackets, two receivers to the near side. Handoff, nice hold, dips to the outside, tries to cut it back, but nice pursuit. And that's number 21 coming up to make the hit. Is that 27? Malik Martin, yeah.
Okay.
Martin on the stop, 5'8", 160 senior. Yellow Jackets with a yard pickup on that play.
Yeah, I thought Davis was going to turn the corner there and get a little more yardage, but you're right, the pursuit was good for Essex.
Ford coming out for the Yellow Jackets, probable passing down here at third and long, facing the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback sends a man in motion to the far side of the field, gets the snap, drops back about 3, rolls to the left side, has a pass and a man wide open with the catch. Was that Felton to Felton? And they moved the chain on the far side. Huge gain by James Monroe, Bob, deep into Essex territory, down to the 28-yard line.
I am so impressed with Felton rolling out to his left. He threw it, well, not on the rope, but good enough.
Good enough for the reception. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. There's a handoff, number 32 running the ball for the Yellow Jackets. And that's Javon Davis, 5'11", 190 senior on the carry. Picks up about 5-6 yards on that run around the left side.
So have we seen Weldon yet, or has it been all Davis?
No, Weldon just going into the JM lineup. We're talking about Dejon Weldon, 5'11", 184 senior, just checked into the JM lineup. Number 32 coming out for James Monroe, that's Davis. Second, and we'll say 6 yards to go for James Monroe from the pistol. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. Nice hard run off guard on the right side. Had to get the lean maybe just inside the 20, a gain of a yard, setting up a third and about 3 yards to go.
Yeah, you're supposed to, on the first drive, you're supposed to kind of feel around and see what you can get. I think the middle is pretty much closed for the night, but I'm sure we'll keep hammering away at it.
Number 3, Antoine Lewis Gray checking into the JM lineup. Nice target. 6-footer, junior. So you got 2 receivers to the near side of the field, Bowley. And the quarterback slips in the backfield, but turns it upfield, has the first down, spins, and knocked out of bounds right around the 5-yard line.
Nice run. He made that.
Felton with a nice run and a JM first down. This has to be great for the Yellow Jackets psyche, Bob, coming into this ball game to move the ball against this pretty good Essex defense.
Yeah, they've ripped off some chunks.
So here we go, 1st and goal for James Monroe. That's going to be number 4. Steps into the end zone, touchdown. Dejon Weldon, 5'11", 184 senior, getting the touchdown for James Monroe. Yellow Jackets up 6-0. They made it look easy.
They did indeed. I tell you what, the running backs are floating tonight.
Yellow Jackets putting together a complete drive on that opening possession. Nice mix of run and pass, and the Yellow Jackets lead by the score of 6-0. Extra point attempts here by the Yellow Jackets to hold. The kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 8:47 to go in this opening quarter from Orange Stadium. It's James Monroe 7, Essex nothing. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Orange Stadium, 8:47 to go. First quarter, 7-0 James Monroe. Complete domination, Bob, on that opening drive.
Yes, they about the only place they couldn't go was in the middle.
No real miscues on that opening possession. They executed on 3rd and long and came up with the first down and eventually put it into the end zone. End over end kick taken at the 15, 20. And he slips and falls right around the 21-yard line, 26-yard line. First bit of evidence, Bob, we've seen tonight with the sloppy field and the rain over the last 3-4 days.
Yeah, I had absolutely no idea that there was any moisture on the field, but you're right. He just proved it, that there was.
So for the first time tonight, we will see this Essex offense. And you got receivers now getting an official's timeout there, equipment problem. That seems to be okay. Now we're ready to go. So 1st and 10 for Essex at their 25-yard line. Quarterback. Handoff, number 3 on the carry. He slips away and picks up a couple of yards. Maybe a 5-yard pickup on that run off guard around the right side.
Yeah, it didn't look like that thing was going to develop like it did, and I'm surprised he got, 4.5, 5, yeah.
So 2nd and 5 facing Essex at their 30-yard line. 8:15 and counting down here in this opening quarter. Quarterback sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff. He's going to run the ball. Might have picked up a yard or two out across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Short gain on that running play.
Yeah, I was surprised on that.
So 3rd and a long 3 to go for Essex. You were watching them, Bob, before the start of the game tonight in the warm-ups. They've got a huge team.
Yeah, they've all been eating at Lowry's, I think.
3rd down and 3 yards to go. Quarterback dropping back, feels the pressure, gets away, and he's going to be sacked.
Yeah, the word we get is their quarterback is very good, very poised,
Yes.
but doesn't like to be hit.
Yellow Jackets right in the quarterback's face. Loss of yards on that play, on that quarterback sack. That's going to push the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, where it will be 4th down and 10 yards to go, and Essex will be forced to punt the football.
Got to be careful down here. Jackets got a good rush.
Now we're getting an official's timeout. Is that an equipment problem again? They're going to send that guy out of there.
Huh.
Who is that masked man? Number 9. That's Joseph Franklin for the Yellow Jackets. Back deep for the Yellow Jackets. Felton awaits the snap and a punt here. Yellow Jackets look like they got the block on, and they did, but it didn't get to him. It's a low line drive kick picked up on the fly. That's going to be Felton on return for a block and knocked out of bounds deep in Essex territory at the 25-yard line. It's going to be illegal block there. It looked like it was pretty clean up here, Bob. It was a peel back type block.
So they saying they got him in the back, or?
That wall formed on the near side of the field. It's going to be blocking the back against the Yellow Jackets, nullifying that fine run by Felton. So the Yellow Jackets will be penalized, but still coming out of this in excellent field position.
Yeah, they went spot of infraction there, and Jackets could have had that ball deep in Essex territory. Oh well, a little further to run, a little flashier play. You know, what can you say?
Then they move back to the Essex 47-yard line where the Jackets have a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for James Monroe at the Essex 48-yard line from the pistol. Handoff. Number 38, right, Darius Jones, 6'2", 255 freshman.
Yeah, he's a strong player. I think he's been one of the reasons why they've stopped everything up the middle so far.
Loss of 2 yards on that play. We want to welcome aboard Tim Coleman. Hey, Tim.
Herman, how about y'all tonight?
Well, all good,
man.
all good, Tim.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 12 facing the Yellow Jackets at the Essex 49-yard line. Here comes the pressure. It was picked up. Nice catch by Boley. Boley had to get down to about the 48-yard line. That's going to be to the right foot mark. We got it.
You think?
What do you think, Tim?
You got it right foot mark, but I think it's going to be a little short.
It's going to be about a.
No, they're waving the chains.
All right, that'll help.
I'm not sure if they know what they're doing, Herman.
They don't. The referee called for a 1st down, and they were still holding
They're
the
still
chain.
holding the chain.
So the Yellow Jackets coming up with a 1st down play here. 1st and 10. The Yellow Jackets trying to cut it back inside. And good pursuit along that defensive front by Essex, denying that ball carrier to square it up and turn it upfield, thus only picking up a yard on that run.
Yeah, if he had a little more room over there to turn the corner, that's what they've been doing all night, and this first time they've stepped up on that.
Tim, you watched that first possession by the Yellow Jackets. Did they send a message?
Well, you know, the running attack is where I think their bread's going to be butted, and they get you up trying to get in that box to stop the running. We can see in the first series and this series the damage they've done with the passing attack.
2nd and 8 yards to go. Man, wide open. It's going to be picked off. What a nice defensive play by number 17 for Essex. You know, that's what you call closing speed. He kind of lured that pass in there and waited to pick it off, and a nice interception in return. And Essex, that's why they're ranked number 1 in the state.
Yeah, he kind of baited the quarterback up there, Herman, a little bit. But there's a flag on the other side. I'm not sure what that flag's about.
So the referee is illegal motion penalty against the Yellow Jackets. That's going to be declined. And Essex coming up with the first turnover in this football game. 5 minutes to go in this opening quarter, 7-0 our score. Now, Essex initial possession of the football, initial series, they tried to run the football. Let's see if this quarterback will elect to throw it on this second time they've had the football. Quarterback, the direct snap back, number 3 fighting his way through and finally taken down after picking up about 5 yards.
Well, this series, Herman, they've gone to, that's the old single wing set.
Yeah, look, that's right.
That was a direct snap to one of the backs, not the quarterback.
So a gain of, let's say, 5 yards, 6 yards on that run, setting up a second and a long 3 to go for Essex.
See if they get a big play here and keep them back here.
So 2nd and 3 yards to go facing Essex. Quarterback. Movement by the Yellow Jackets. So the Yellow Jackets, I saw him a little knee jerk there, but I didn't see him break the plane, did you?
He must have thought that he did.
Kind of raised up a little bit.
Huh.
Didn't get into that neutral zone. Now, I've never thought I knew all the rules of football. That one didn't look like offsides to me.
That's their initial first down, so let's just hope they're not recharged here.
1st and 10 yards to go for Essex. And again, that single wing formation, high stepping his way through. Number 3 pushing the ball down into Rason Monroe, 5'8", 153 senior. And this kid is not 5'8".
A couple weeks ago, Bob, I was down in King George and saw them, Essex play King George. They never went to this single wing set all night, but of course against King George they didn't have to either because they're spread and they mixed it up the running game and the spread and threw the ball and just kept King George all balanced all night.
Yeah, 2nd down and 2 yards, excuse me guys. 2nd and 2, direct snap back, trying to get to the outside. Number 27 short, tremendous speed, and still inbounds, fighting for more yards. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the James Monroe 33-yard line. But what a run by Malik Martin, 5'8", 160 senior, showing his durability on that running play.
They're gonna have to break. They're gonna have to break this roll up here. These guys, you don't want to give them momentum.
Yeah. Nice running play by Essex, getting the ball deeper into James Monroe territory. 3:37 to go. First quarter action. And again, they keep the ball on the ground. Nice shifty running by Rason Monroe.
But guys, if you look at the size of their offensive line, you can see why they want to be a run-orientated team. They've got some huge kids up front. They're just trying to lay on James Monroe right now and form a new line of scrimmage.
Number 78, Tayshawn Holmes, 6'3", 385, a junior. Let's see if they run right behind big number 77. 2nd and a yard to go. And that's where they go, and they've got the first down near the 20-yard line. What adjustments, Bob, Tim, will the Yellow Jackets have to make here defensively? They seem to be putting together a pretty decent running game here now.
Well, you're going to have to get as many people in the box as you possibly can and try to get some gap control up front with the linemen. Instead of being in a 4 or 5 man front, you might have to go to a little 6, Bob, to get some people in the box. And you see JM moving some people up on the line of scrimmage now.
2:40 to go. 1st and 10 yards to go for Essex. Nice defensive play, but you got to get help.
Yeah.
And the Yellow Jackets, nice penetration by one of those JM defensive players who got into the backfield, grabbed number 27 by the jersey. That was Martin. Wouldn't let him go.
Yeah, they don't have tearaway jerseys. We know that.
So no gain on that play, setting up a 2nd down at 10 yards to go. 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go in this first quarter. 7-0 outscore. And now we're getting an official's timeout. And that's going to be Essex taking the timeout. Minute 55 to go in this first quarter here at Monroe Stadium on Monday Night Football. Our score, JM 7, Essex nothing. Back after this. Welcome back to Monroe Stadium. Minute 55 to go in this opening quarter. 7-3 James Monroe, but Essex knocking at the door here. Second down and 10 yards to go from the James Monroe 20-yard line. Quarterback, and they put on a shift here. They're using all types of formations in that backfield. A direct snap back to number 3. This kid is running. What a runner.
Wow, that was something.
Monroe on the carry, 5'8", 153 senior. Got an injured Essex player. I mean, this kid was like he was at the beach surfing. He kind of rode that wave right on down inside the 10-yard line.
Got in behind them big boys.
Yep.
Let's see which one of those big guys is down.
Number 74.
74.
Tyler Douglas, 5'11", 245 senior. And that injured player still down for Essex. They ran right behind him over there on the right side.
Checking him for cleat marks, I think.
But what a runner. We are talking about number 3, Monroe, for Essex. Well, they got a dynamic duo in that backfield. Got Monroe, number 3, along with Malik Martin, number 27. Injured player favoring a leg there, ankle, left ankle, as he bunny hops and makes his way off the field. First and goal to go here for Essex at the JM 9-yard line. Let's see defensively, will the Yellow Jackets stack them all inside here?
They seem to be hurting the most up in the middle there. So maybe they will crowd in there again.
Look like they got about 8 in the box there. So the Yellow Jackets thinking run here. See, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us somewhere other than running the football right at us. So first and goal from the JM 9. Quarterback, direct snap back to number 3, shifty runner. And he made that cut, just couldn't turn it upfield, advanced the ball down to the JM 5-yard line. This guy's shifty.
He's got some quick feet.
Yep.
Looks like Gary Boxing on the tackle.
Yeah, he gets a little success and gets a little confidence, and you're going to have to get his number.
So Boxley in on the stop for James Monroe. Second and goal from the 5-yard line. Essex not in a hurry here. Plays coming in from the bench. Let's see what they'll do here. Direct snap back to the quarterback. He fakes the handoff, turns, and gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. He did a 360 there. and raced it in from 5 yards out. So just like that, Essex on the board, 7-6 outscore.
You know, Herman, you asked earlier about being able to control a team that runs single wing, wing tee, misdirection football. The secret is you know you have to play gap responsibility. You can't look in the backfield at all the action. If you do, you're lost.
Yeah,
you got backs running everywhere.
That's right. So Essex trying to tie it up here. The kick is up, flag coming out. Kick was good, but a flag came out. Might be a penalty against Essex here. Put an asterisk, Bob, beside that 6 points up there. We might need a point down the stretch here.
Yeah, we'll take that one. Well, it looks like they're going to move him back and kick it again.
So the penalty against Essex.
They call it a chop block.
Now one guy signaled that it was good. These referees had a meeting last week, and that guy missed it. I'm going to stop talking about the officials. My buddy Jimmy gets on me every time. So the penalty against Essex is going to be a long extra point here. Field goal of about 35 yards.
Yeah, that could have been a big penalty right there.
It's an NFL extra point. It's at 33 yards in the pros now. Snap hold, a kick. It's going to be blocked by the Yellow Jackets.
That'll help.
Extra point attempt blocked by James Monroe. 24 seconds to go in this opening quarter. We'll keep it right here, 7-6 outscore. But I was impressed with Essex's ability to move the ball against James Monroe.
Well,
Yeah.
I think, you know what kind of jumps out at me, guys, about the whole situation is that come in the second series. They didn't waste any time scrapping what they were doing with that spread and going right to this. Like I said, I never even saw this single wing stuff against King George all night because he didn't have to.
Excellent coaching.
You know what? It's a pretty good job on his part of realizing, you know, what you can do and what you can't do.
Well, some coaches, Tim, they work a whole season. If you're going to run the spread, that's what you do.
Exactly.
You know, you dance with who brung you.
Yep.
In case like this guy can shift around and use multiple formations.
Yep.
And you have to credit him and his players for being able to execute it.
Well, you know, that's really a key statement about the players, because it's hard enough to teach one offense and get good at one, and you got two totally different offenses, Bob.
That's right.
Totally different, you know?
Yep, you're absolutely
That's
right.
incredible. They're asking a lot of high school kids
They
these
are.
days.
Short kick, angled kick, taken by the Yellow Jackets. And on a return, he who hesitates is lost. About a 5-6 yard return.
JM's going to get backed up 15.
Somebody threw something.
Yep.
So that's what all of that chatter is from the crowd. A lot of times, you don't have to look at it; they'll tell you what's going on.
You would think it'd be against Essex with that noise, but what they're saying is he must have thrown a good punch.
So the penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Look at old big number 78.
Yeah.
Big old boy.
Would you say, Bobby, you had a lot of meals down at
Down Lowry's.
And it wasn't all fish either.
No, a lot of hush puppies up in there.
Penalty against the Yellow Jackets, pushing them back down inside the 25-yard line. And back inside the 20.
Let's go Felton to Felton, get all of it in one shot.
So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Still some discussion. Yeah, that's the guy they left out.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
Kind of hushed through the crowd. Can you hear it, Bob?
Uh-huh.
Tim? First and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets, and a little confidence in the JM backfield there. Quarterback from the pistol and a hard count, and it draws Essex offside, so the Yellow Jackets get back some of that penalized yards.
Yeah, and might as well pay in kind, pay in kind. You know, I noticed when I was walking down, a lot of people from Stafford are here tonight. I think.
Yeah, no game.
Yeah, no game, and
only show in town. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So first and 5 yards to go for James Monroe. Ball out near the 24-yard line. Quarterback from the pistol. Handoff up the middle into the secondary.
Get loose,
baby. And finally, Weldon knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. Excellent run. But you've also got to credit that offensive line on the far side for creating.
DJ Weldon, 20 yards.
Most running backs, Tim, in situations like that, they'll have a hole, but it was that kind of cutback that he made that made that thing happen.
Yeah, he put his foot in the ground and made that one quick burst and really exploded.
Yes. First and 10 yards to go. Yellow Jackets on the move. Run all the way by Matt Fogan.
Oh, that's 15.
That's going to get you 15.
And picked the wettest and muddiest place on the sideline.
So, little extracurricular activity going on there right in front of the JM bench. You don't want to do that right at the bench.
No, that's right. Because if they don't throw the flag, then everybody else can take care of it, right?
Yeah, do like I used to do, Tim. You pick the spots.
Pick the spots, that's right.
15 yards.
Yeah.
But guys, you know, discipline is such an important part of high school football. And, you know, man, how many times do you see teams just kill themselves on penalties that are discipline-type penalties? And that's what those things are.
After making a big play, they come up and do something stupid. First and 10. And a nice timing pattern on the far side of the field.
Yeah, he doesn't get that ball up high. I tell you, he's going to make a move on that outside.
That ball was released before he made his turn.
Exactly.
Gain of about 3-4 yards on that reception. And that's going to be, gentlemen, end of quarter number 1 here at Monroe Stadium in a pretty good-looking football game. In the 1, 7-6, James Monroe back after this. Welcome back to Monroe Stadium, 7-6. Are you surprised in any way, Tim?
You know, in coming over to watch the game tonight, Herman, I kind of thought that Essex had a chance to, you know, come out because of what I saw a couple weeks ago. I knew they had some pretty good players. I knew they had some big linemen. Like I said, a couple weeks ago against King George, they really mixed it up between the run and the pass a lot. Tonight against James Monroe, you saw what happened on the third play of the game. He got sacked. And since that series, they went back to the single week, which didn't really surprise me. I just hadn't seen it before.
Here we go, second down and 7 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback. And a run up the middle, trying to pick his way through down inside the 30. That's Boxley on the carry for James Monroe. And he had to get just inside the 30. He's going to be at about a yard short of picking up the first down.
Hey, he has a very distinctive running style. He likes to hit and spin.
So the Yellow Jackets bringing out the Boley, their receiver. So
you know,
they're gonna run it
short. if you're going to go up top, this is the time to do it because you're in 4-down territory.
Yellow Jackets, nice run. I like the way Weldon stays low. It's hard to get a hit on him.
He runs behind his pads really well.
So the Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground, and Weldon picking up the first down for the Yellow Jackets.
Jackets need to put some points on the board on this this run here, just to let them know that, okay, if you're going to punch, you're going to punch back.
Here we go. Here's the hookup. A.J. Felton, number 19, just checked in. Do we have a Felton of Felton? And again, Essex. What do you do in a case like that, Coach, when you have players that are a little bit antsy out there and making those type of mistakes?
Well, I mean, what you emphasize on the defensive side when you're in the trenches is you got to watch the ball. And as a linebacker running up and running back, sometimes he doesn't watch the ball. He's guessing on the count and he's guessing wrong. James Monroe's done a good job of running a hard count a couple times and getting them in the neutral.
So first and 5 yards to go for James Monroe. Two receivers to the far side. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. Into the end zone. Felton with the touchdown. What's that about a
15-yarder?
15-yard touchdown run by Felton.
Was it
I'm
Felton
sorry,
or Weldon?
It was
Weldon. Right?
Weldon. I'm
okay,
sorry.
thank you, sir.
Dejan. Pass made a mustard.
I heard people call him DJ. I wonder if that's for Dejan.
You know what? From this point on,
it's going to be DJ. Okay.
13-6 James Monroe. Extra point attempt here coming. That's Marine, the place kicker for James Monroe. He's a pretty good one. There's a snap to hold. A kick by Marine. It's almost out on George Street. Flag coming out.
And Essex in the neutral zone. Boy, you know, Herman, this is the first time I've got a chance to see James Monroe play this year. Boy, that Weldon kid really puts his foot in the ground.
Yeah.
He don't waste a lot of time dancing in the hole, does he?
No, he'll put his head right in there.
He puts his foot in the ground and he makes a move, and I mean he's got some explosion.
And believe it or not, Tim, they've got a couple of guys on the bench that can run just as well. So penalty half the distance, and Marine will get another shot at it here. Here's a snap to hold. The kick by Marine is up, and it is good. We'll keep it right here with 10:38 to go. And the second quarter, 14-6 James Monroe. Yellow Jackets need a test like this. This team reminds me of Dinwiddie, Bob.
They do somewhat, don't they?
Yeah, they remind me of Dinwiddie. And it was the first game of the year, and I've said it a couple of times since then. The Yellow Jackets put up 34 points against Dinwiddie, who at that time was ranked number 1 in AA football. If we were to play him again right now, we'd beat him by 15.
Yeah.
That's how much this team has improved since that first game of the year.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you come out of the gate and you know what? It gives you something to go back to Monday for and coach. You know?
And I think it kind of let them know, the Yellow Jackets coming out of 2 successful scrimmage wins during the summer. And they were kind of getting a little big-headed, Tim. They went down there and Dinwiddie slapped them right in the mouth.
That's natural. That's what kids do.
Yeah.
That's a big job of high school football coaches is keeping people focused. Keeping them focused.
So here we go. Yellow Jackets kicking off to Essex. Seems awful loud here for some reason. End over end kick. Take it at the 18, 20, 25, 30 to the left side. Up the sideline, flag coming out.
Yeah, it happened right before they got him out of bounds over there.
If I were a coach, and I've never had the desire to be a coach. But if I were a coach, you see the kickoff team, you had 5 Essex players that were standing right around the 35-yard line, never ran with the ball up the sideline. I mean, there was no wall or anything.
Right. That's just where you took it.
Am I being too tough, or is that lack of hustling?
Well, you know what? That's no, you're not being too tough. I don't think, Herman.
Who was it that was it Petersburg or somebody that ran a beautiful wedge and almost broke a guy loose on numerous occasions, but didn't.
But yeah. And you know, when you look at schools like Petersburg, Dinwiddie, some of these schools in Central Virginia, they can match the Yellow Jackets speed for speed a lot of times. And those schools have the tendency to break big runs. And this Essex team, I don't think they have the overall speed that the Yellow Jackets have, but they've got a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
And this thing is far from being over. 14-6 our score, and it's Bowley. Ooh, and it's going to be picked off. Bowley playing center field back there, and he races it in. That's going to be about a 48-yard interception return. That's a basketball player for you.
Got a penalty. I don't know what the penalty is, but I see a flag over there. I don't know if that's against JM or Essex. But you know what, guys? Here's what I don't understand. Last series, you took the ball and ran it right down the field in the single wing offense, and you come right back out, you go to a spread, throw it up the grab, and JM picks it off, runs it in.
So that's going to nullify that interception return. Come on, referee, that's being real picky because nothing happened near where the return man was. Must have been out in the middle of the field somewhere, way away from the action.
Personal foul, up in the pass.
Oh my goodness!
So that's all for crying out loud.
Hold the phone.
I was surprised the defensive back didn't nudge him a little bit before the ball got there.
Boy, that really a big turnabout here. Instead of the Yellow Jackets having the ball, is roughing the passer penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Essex with the football, 1st and 10. Essex keeping the ball on the ground. Nice game tackling by the Yellow Jackets. Somebody pulled that ball out of there.
You know, that throw that Essex made is going to hurt their confidence a little bit. And I think we'll see them run a little bit more, and even in passing situations.
Well, Bob, it didn't take them long to go back to the single wing.
They sure did.
That's what they're back in now. That coach said, the heck with that.
Yeah. Come on, guys. We're making a little yardage there. Let's do it.
Bowley timed that thing perfectly. Went up high and kind of batted it to himself. Gain of 2 yards on that play, setting up a 2nd and 8 yards to go for Essex at their 43-yard line.
2nd and 8 for Essex.
Essex, direct snap. Yellow Jackets. Oh, my goodness. Number 3, Monroe, had nowhere to go, and Gary Boxley coming up to wrap him up on that play.
You see him break down and hold his position? Wow.
Loss of 3 yards on that play, setting up a 3rd and 11 yards to go back to the Essex 40-yard line.
Passing situation, they're going back to the spread.
Will the Yellow Jackets blitz on this play?
He'll call timeout because he said, no, I don't think we can throw.
8:43 to go in this first half here at Martin Stadium. 14-6 our score, and we'll keep it right here. So kind of cat and mouse type of thing going on here now by the coaches. Yellow Jackets trying to stack the defense against the variable multiple offenses that Essex try to run here. And right now it's 3rd down and long and a probable passing down here.
Yeah, and you know what? This is where defenses dictate, Herman. you're talking about doing certain things and offensively, defensive, but right now those defensive linemen, they can lay their ears back and bring the heat. If you want to bring some linebackers, put some heat on him. So this is the situation. They don't have to worry about a run, I don't think.
And you can also bet the quarterback remembers the last time he threw that football.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, he remembers two things: getting hit and the INT.
3rd and 11, facing Essex. Will the Yellow Jackets pin back the ears and shoot the linebackers on this 3rd and long? Quarterback from the pistol, looking downfield over the head of the intended receiver. He had him open.
They did bring one middle linebacker, Herman, and he got in his face a little bit.
So Johnson, the intended receiver on that play, and that earlier hit by the Yellow Jackets on the quarterback, even though it was an illegal hit, the quarterback could have waited another second and released that ball, could have had her, but he wanted to get that thing out of his hand.
Yeah, getting a little gun shy, yeah.
4th and 11, punting down here for Essex. Leacock back for the Yellow Jackets. Punter had to rush it, kind of a knuckleball. Takes the bounce, got to get away from it. Going to be down by Essex at the James Monroe 29-yard line. This is the type of game the Yellow Jackets need. I mean, they need a good opponent early in the season, other than Dinwiddie. But they need this type of game because this is the caliber of teams that they will face in the battlefield, and teams, hopefully, if they make it to the playoffs. So 1st and 10 for James Monroe at their 29-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground.
Well, I've had a chance, guys, to see Cortland play. I've had a chance to see Chancellor play, and I think James Monroe plays both of those teams, don't they?
Yep.
Cortland and JM.
Both over there.
That's right.
Yep.
And they're two. Chancellor is much improved this year, and Cortland should be undefeated. They should have beat Massapona's first game of the season.
Yeah, that thing went down to the wire, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking.
So 2nd and 5 for James Monroe from the pistol formation. And that's going to be the quarterback, Felton, on the carry. Going to be about 2 yards shy of picking up the first down. So 3rd and a yard to go. Number 4 comes to mind on this 3rd and short.
Be a good name to call, wouldn't it?
What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, I think so.
You mean to go or just to get the 2 yards?
Well, you know what? With that explosion, he could take it to the house at any time.
Anytime. 3rd and a yard to go for the Yellow Jackets from the pistol. And there's your first down run. It's going to be close there.
Wow.
Just keeps its feet moving constantly.
Is that marker on the stripe or not?
I think that they might either measure that or he's got the first down. I think he's got it.
He's going to signal first down. I like this referee.
Yeah. It's time to grow on me, too.
Yeah. I mean, here's the referee that says, I don't feel like bringing a change up. First down.
Going with it.
Yeah. I mean, don't question my eyesight.
One of the chain crew sprained his ankle and begged off, maybe. Who knows?
Timeout on the field, 6:51 to go. 14-6, James Monroe will be back after this. Welcome back to Morris Stadium. 6:51 to go. First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback looking to throw the football. Has a wide open man. Nice reception. That's Price, Jalen Price, the 5'9", 181 senior coming up with the reception. They kind of flooded this side of the field.
Yeah,
Price got to hit a gap in there and came wide open.
I'm so impressed with Felton being able to throw on the run as well as he does.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got the brothers, the Felton brothers. You know, his brother, Bob, the senior.
Right.
He was the quarterback originally, and his brother beat him out.
You know that's rough.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and tough little runner. Felton on the carry down inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line.
Wonder how that dinner conversation goes, Bob.
It probably doesn't take place at all.
Probably right.
No, that's, well, you know, you got brothers.
Yeah. We
Didn't sell well, didn't sit well in my house.
well, yeah, we use sign language at my table.
Second down and 6 yards to go for James Monroe. Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
Nice run. Nice cut to the outside. Hurdles a player, but a flag coming out. Down close to that first down marker.
And that's holding on.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding. That play looked like it was designed to go inside, and he popped it outside, and some of those linemen sometimes, they're out of position. You got to hold.
He carried out his fakes pretty well. I tell you what, I thought Weldon might have been coming this way.
So, penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Tim, when you watch a football game, which is probably quite different from the way Bob and I watch, we kind of sit here and kind of, boy, look at the crowd on the other side.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it after this play. What do you enjoy watching most? Down in the trenches, we'll see after the second half play, and that's going to be an offside penalty.
Well, it's funny you should say down in the trenches, and then a lineman jumps off sides. But, you know, guys, over the years of being in this business, and I've been on the sideline, I was for 38 years. Usually, as a football coach, I could usually tell within the first few minutes of a game who usually was going to win by who controlled the trenches.
Yeah.
Now, on both sides, offensively and defensively, about 8 times out of 10, the teams that could was usually the teams that come off in the end with the win.
Yeah. What about those teams, Coach, that are slow starters?
Well, and that's true. You know,
Okay.
you do have those types of teams too, but usually those teams are the ones who are capable of making big offensive plays too.
I've never, Yellow Jackets, nice cut inside down to the 20-yard line. You know, I've never thought I was an expert on this game, but sometimes I have to let you coaches know that we know what we're talking about.
Oh, I know you do, brother. I know you do.
That was a beautiful run there.
Yeah, segue, okay. You know I'm kidding you, too. First and 10.
That was as an end run on the part of the announcers.
So first and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. Ball at the Essex 19-yard line from the pistol. Handoff. That's Felton. Pops it to the outside. Cuts it back inside. Kind of weaving his way down inside there to the 15-yard line.
You know, I noticed JM when they need some off-tackle stuff or something tight on the side, they'll go left.
Yeah.
They are left running
Well,
too.
we talked about that.
Yeah, we did before.
You got a lot of teams, they have a tendency to be left-handed or right-handed teams, depending on which side they run. JM, what we established some time ago, that they're a left-handed team.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. That's what they go to be with the bread and butter.
When you get a minute and a second, I'll explain that to you.
All right. We're sitting here waiting. Here we go. Second down, about 6 yards to go. He giveth and he taketh away, and he stiff arms and he's going to be taken down. Nice closing tackle by Essex on the far side. Old stiff arm didn't work on that play. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, when you look at your offense, guys, and you look at a couple running plays that you say these are the plays that have to be some bread and butter, some short yardage plays. These are plays that I've got to hit on to pick up some important first downs. Most defenses, like you said, Herman, most defenses look at an offense, most of them, as being right-handed. I've always played my best guard and best tackle on my left side too.
Left side.
Yep.
And that's a part of that coaching cat and mouse game too, isn't it?
Sure is.
So third and about 6 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets from the pistol. Felton looking to throw the ball, feels the pressure, he's got to get out of there, and he's going to be pulled down, sacked. Number 4 ran him down from behind like Dexter Manley. Timothy Johnson Jr.
I think he took him out of field goal range, but maybe not.
So it would be a pretty long one here, Bob.
It would be
about a 41-yard field goal.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how much they trust Marine to punch one.
2:35. Once again, what will your defense do if you miss? Do you rely on your defense to hold them and not put any points on before?
Probably wouldn't be a good idea.
So 4th and about 15 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers split to the far side of the field. 2 to the near. Quarterback. Felton drops back, fires a pass, wide open, 5 into the end zone, touchdown.
Who did he hit?
Is that number 3? Antoine Lewis Gray. Now that's your crossing route there.
Yep. That's the inside post route.
Yep. Came wide open. And what's that, about a 26-yard touchdown from Felton to Antoine Lewis Gray, 6-footer, 175 junior. So is this under review? What's the hold up here?
Now, they had a penalty, I think might have been a face mask. I think they're going to mark it off against Essex on the kickoff.
On the kickoff. 20-6 outscore. Yellow Jackets trying to tack on this extra point here. The snap to hold, the kick by Marine. It's a low snap. He's going to have to get rid of it. Look at the speed by Felton. Felton throws a pass wide open in the end zone, touchdown.
2 points.
No lineman downfield either. So that play will stand. That's the original quarterback. 2-point conversion attempt by the Yellow Jackets. 2:01 to go in this first half, and the Yellow Jackets have upped their lead 22-6. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Maury Stadium. 2:01 to go in this first half of action. Yellow Jackets, last week's scores, Bob. Got a minute here. Can you run over some of those scores?
Yeah, Cortland 54, Liberty 20. That's the finals. Spotsylvania 41, Washington Lee 14. Chancellor 42, James River 7. Eastern View 35, and Culpeper nothing. North Stafford 39, Osmond Park nothing. And Colonial Forge 46, Garfield 7. We'll get back after the kickoff here.
Here's your kick by the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be a short squib kick and fallen on by number 24. That was Kevin Danlin, 6'2", 240 freshman. Got a lot of freshmen on this team, too.
Again, fans, stick around for the Marching Yellow Jackets.
They don't usually do that unless they're worried about the deep men and the return. I'm wondering if that was just to see if they would fumble it up and, maybe give the ball up.
Sometimes it can work in your favor if you get that ball down in a vacated area. And if they're not real alert, some of your people can get down there and fall on it.
Grab those t-shirts.
So 1st and 10 for Essex. Now, a minute 58 to go. And they're going to air it out here, Tim and Bob.
Yeah, they better.
From the pistol, quarterback. And nobody out there.
Wow.
Quarterback pass was incomplete.
He hurried that throw for no reason.
Yeah, a little gunshot.
The reason is he's been hit a couple times tonight.
You were right about that, Tim. I swear.
Just a tad gunshot here.
He was wide open over at number 24, but he got it out of his hand real quick.
And he's going to be early on a lot of these passes now. And if he senses or feels any pressure coming right at him, he's going to unload that football.
That's a shame. He's a good-sized guy.
Here we go. They fumble the football and fall on it in the backfield. Now, if I was Coach Survey, I would be looking at taking a timeout here.
That's right, looking for more points.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you got to take a timeout. I mean, your chance of getting the football back here in decent field position, pretty good. Got a hold on this 3rd down and long here. 3rd and about 18 yards to go for Essex. And he put a little pressure on his quarterback here.
D's got their ears pinned back, ready to roll.
Well, you just don't want to get beat deep here.
Yeah.
You could give him all the short stuff underneath there.
James Monroe's in a cover 2, look over the top and the back too to protect that deep ball.
And we're going to get probably a delay of game against Essex. Working against Essex here right now because, I mean, if it's all about clock management here, and the Yellow Jackets can take advantage and get another shot with still some time left on the clock in this first half.
See, my question was, and what I'm thinking when this series started, are you going to be content to come out, make sure the score stays at 22-6, run your offense a little bit that you've been running, run the clock down, and get out of here and regroup at halftime.
Yeah.
Now, if James Monroe gets a stop right here, they got a chance of getting the football back.
Yes, they do. 52 seconds to go. 3rd down play. The Yellow Jackets, they're going for the block. Quarterback's going to throw the ball. He feels the pressure again. And is it almost picked off? That falls incomplete. And quarterback was hit again back there, but there's no penalty on the play. Look at him.
See, I don't know why you use a timeout because the clock stops on incomplete pass.
Didn't need one there.
No, not really.
So timeout on the field here, 39.9 seconds to go. And it's going to be a punt here for Essex. That quarterback does not like being hit.
Yeah, he's throwing to areas. I don't think he's spotting receivers. I really don't, because he's missing them like crazy.
Gingerly walking toward his bench. Little hitch in his giddy up.
Put the block on, boys. So there's no doubt here.
4th down and about 25 yards to go for Essex. They need a good snap here. Punter standing at his own 2-yard line. Return man back deep for the Yellow Jackets standing at the Essex 45-yard line. They get the snap. There's pressure. And the Yellow Jackets on a return.
He can't find anywhere to go.
So now the Yellow Jackets taking a timeout. Want to be an automatic timeout anyway, Tim, until they reset the chain, correct?
Exactly. Yeah, the clock doesn't start until the ball snap. You change the possession.
I'd have my offense on the field. A little late getting out there with about 2-3 plays called. What do you think, Dr. Blackburn?
I think, I think they probably got maybe 4 calls, but they don't have time to do that.
You got one more timeout, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
First and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Quarterback looking downfield, rifles a pass off the fingertips of Boley rather.
Second and 10.
Bowley usually doesn't miss and gets that close to it.
He might have just took his eyes off just a little bit, looking downfield, see where he was going to run, and just kind of slips through his hand.
You saw that big 6 on the side of that football. Want to run before he made the catch.
Yeah.
Number 12 coming out, Jalen Price, 5'9", 181, senior. So the Yellow Jackets, Darius Leacock coming out. 2 receivers to the near side of the field, 1 to the far. Quarterback, Felton, gets the snap, rolls to his right, rifles a pass in the middle, off the fingertips of Boley. That would have been your field goal range there.
Been getting close anyway, Herman.
Yep. So that falls incomplete, stopping the clock with 16 seconds to go.
That play had potential if you let him a little bit more.
I tried one more time here.
Yeah.
Then if you don't make it, 4th down, I'll just run around with it and don't even punt it. Let the time run off the clock. So 3rd and 10 for James Monroe at the Essex 44-yard line. Quarterback from the pistol, 4 wideouts, straight drop back, feels the pressure, gets away, and finally it's going to be a grounding. The Essex bench, you're going to say he was down, so the clock continues to run. Essex
I think
really.
he might be. I don't know if he's hurt or not. He might be hurt. Well,
That could be a costly play, too.
Yep.
3.3 seconds to go. And hope it's just a leg cramp.
Yeah. They're
It's
picking
a
his
leg
leg up, yep.
I didn't think it was serious. You know why? All of his teammates walked away from it.
Okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
If it had been serious, they would have been right there over top. So leg cramp there by Felton. 3.6 seconds to go. We've seen a pretty good first half of football tonight.
Absolutely. You know, that missed extra point seemed to let a little steam off of the Essex team, and JM took advantage coming back on a couple drives.
Bob Herman said to put an asterisk by that 6 back in. I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, it might be.
I don't think I was, but I'll take credit.
There you go.
It was more about that missed extra point, too, than the 6 points. So let's see, where will we be? Let's see, next Friday night.
We'll be here playing Caroline, right?
Back at home.
Sweet Caroline.
We won't know how to act 2 weeks in a row at all.
Isn't that the truth? But look how long we had to wait to get this home game. But how many days was that?
We've been on the road so long, Tim. I rented out my house. Timeout on the field. It's halftime here at Morris Stadium. Your James Monroe Yellow Jackets up by the score of 22-6. We'll be back with a lot to talk about right after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium as halftime. James Monroe High School marching band getting ready to perform down on the field. Back here in the press box, Bob Blackburn. Exciting first half of football tonight. Yellow Jackets up 22-6. And you can recap what you got there, buddy.
Yeah, James Monroe scored on their opening drive. Scored at 8:47 with DeJohn Weldon going in on a 4-yard run. Point after was good, made it 7-0. Essex got on the board with 24.8 seconds on a 5-yard run by Nelson. Their point after was no good, and I still got the asterisks there. JM at 10:38 on a 15-yard TD run by Weldon scored once again. Point after was good, made it 14-6, and then the final score came when at 2:01 on a 26-yard pass from Felton to Antoine Lewis Gray. The point after wasn't going to be good, but they ran it in for 2, and it left the score at James Monroe 26 and Essex 6 at halftime.
So the Yellow Jackets picking up right where they left off, Bob, a week or so ago. Of course, they didn't play Friday night. That's why we're playing tonight. But Yellow Jackets, and you know what's so good about watching the Yellow Jackets play? They're very explosive, but the defense is beginning to play well.
Yeah, I think that is the missing link right there. That defense has stepped up, made the adjustments when they needed to, too.
And made giving up only 6 points to this high octane explosive Essex offense. Only to allow 6 points in the first half. You can bet the Essex folks on the far side of the field, Bob, and a lot of them made the trip up here from Tappahannock. They got to be a little bit in shock having that team being ranked #1 in the state and not able to play against this Yellow Jackets team. Now, of course, all football games have 4 quarters at least. And we don't know what type of pep talk they're getting over there to have. But the Yellow Jackets, you can bet they're getting the same type of talk. They want them to hold on to what they've been doing in the first half. And Essex, you can bet they're going to come out in the second half and play a completely different half of football.
They'll get the opening kickoff in the second half, and we'll be able to tell a lot about that team if they drive down the field on that opening drive. But I think if JM shuts them down, it may be call into Katie.
Any more comments, Bob?
No, I'm just happy to be here. Happy not to see liquid sunshine coming down,
right.
And the field looks great. And JM does too.
Tough little spell we've been through weather-wise, but we're so blessed. Look at the folks down in South Carolina. We pray for them and what they're going through.
Yes, mercy.
Halftime, 22-6, James Monroe. We'll be back after this timeout. Welcome back to Maury Stadium as we begin the second half of play. Yellow Jackets up by the score of 22-6, and I'm Herman Kay alongside Bob Blackburn, bringing you this key matchup. Good matchup tonight, Bob.
Yeah, these are 2 well-matched teams. I think the difference so far is that we've kind of gotten to their quarterback.
Yellow Jackets, going to be an offsides penalty against the Yellow Jackets. Once again, they had that kind of squib kick.
Yeah, they just wanted to take it away from them early, and didn't work.
So, pleasure talking with Tim Coleman the first half of tonight's football game. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
Tim kind of quit right on us, didn't he?
But he's got somewhere to go.
We paid him and he left, walked out. So 5-yard penalty against the Yellow Jackets, pushing the ball back to the JM 35-yard line. So we'll set it up, re-rack the tape, and let's do it all over again.
I wonder if he'll kick it down the field this time.
And he kicks it away, end over end kick, down inside the 15, 20, 25 around the right side and pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field. That's Rasan Monroe, number 3. Very active player. We're talking about Monroe for Essex.
Yeah, he's been on a little bit of everything today.
So next week's area schedule, Spotsylvania at King George. Cortland hosting Chancellor, a big one out in Spotsylvania next week. Penalty against Essex, Bob, on that kickoff return.
That'll help.
Mountain View at Potomac, and it's Brook Point at North Stafford. Colonial Forge hosting Forest Park. Riverbend at Woodbridge, Stafford at Massaponax, and Alumni Night as Caroline comes to town, take on the Yellow Jackets. Essex keeping the ball on the ground, running off guard on the right side. And a gain of about 3 yards on that run, setting up a second down and about 6 yards to go.
They must have gotten the old "let's get back to fundamentals" speech at halftime, you know.
Stick to the basics. Huh? 2nd and 6 facing Essex. Movement by Essex.
Didn't call it.
Didn't call it, did they? So Essex, a member of the Northern Neck District, Region 1A East Conference 43. John Fawkes, the head coach for Essex.
Has he been down there a long time?
I think I remember him being there a long time. So 3rd and short facing Essex, 3rd and 1. Fumbled the football in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of yards back in the backfield. That was number 27, Malik Martin, Bob. Tried to pick it up, but that defense was all over it.
Yeah, when it's 3rd and 2, that's not what you want to see happen.
So 4th down, 4th and about 3 yards to go for Essex. Good defensive stop there by James Monroe.
Yeah, they were all over him, and if he'd have dribbled that thing one more time, they might have gotten it.
So 4th down and 4 yards to go for Essex. Punter standing back inside his 30-yard line. There's a snap to pressure.
Ooh.
And he gets it off the side of the foot. And the Yellow Jackets.
Ouch.
And that's going to be Felton. Matt Felton on a return.
1st and 10 from the 4-yard line.
Felton had plans to run that thing back, didn't he?
Yeah, I want to see him cut loose one of these times, I tell you what.
So 1st and 10 for James Monroe at their own 40-yard line.
Here at Marty Stadium, kickoff at 7 o'clock, taking on
Alumni Night next Friday night. Caroline coming to town. Still the old Route 2 rivalry. First and 10 for James Monroe. That's going to be Leacock on the jet sprint.
He got it loose.
Yeah, and he picked up 11 yards on that run down into Essex territory to the 49-yard line. A little jet sweep there.
Yeah, he had a nice spin there, spin move, and got loose for a few extra.
So Leacock's on the carry. Antoine Lewis Gray into the jam lineup.
He's got one on the books tonight.
And that's going to be Felton coming out. Matt Felton. So 1st and 10 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets at Essex 49-yard line. 4 wideouts for the Yellow Jackets. And movement by Essex, no penalty. And that's going to be number 4 backing into the hole, Weldon, DJ Weldon. Senior.
Brian Richards.
Yeah, Weldon's looking for a little bigger hole. I think
No gain on the play. Second
So
and 10.
no gain on the play, setting up a second down at 10 yards to go. Set number 10 checking in, Deontay Nelson.
He doesn't usually come in on offense much,
I
but
don't think it was Nelson. I'm sorry.
wasn't number 10?
No, I don't think so, Bob.
Okay.
4 wideouts for the Yellow Jackets. Man in motion to the near side. There's that jet sweep again. And he's got to turn it back, reverses field, and gets back to the line of scrimmage where he was slammed by number 6, Brian Richards for Essex.
Yeah, Essex was pursuing and staying in their positions pretty well that time, because if he'd have reversed that, it would have faked them all out.
So no gain on that play, setting up a third and 10 yards to go for James Monroe. Gonna have to air it out here on third down. 7:47 to go here in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets leading by the score of 22-6. Third and 11. Felton looking back, flushed out of the pocket, gets through, turns it upfield, has the first down and more, bounces to the outside, down inside the 35 to about the 34-yard line.
He is one amazing, one amazing broken field runner. Wow.
Outstanding play by Felton on that play. A.J. Felton, 5'9", 155.
Goes for 16 yards. Move those chains for the Yellow Jackets.
So first and 10 yards to go for Yellow Jackets. Look at number 1 on the near side of the field. And that's going to be the quarterback again, streaking through.
Wow, he might go.
Spins around and falls down inside the 15 to about the 11-yard line. My goodness. What a run.
Yeah, and after the other run he made, and then I'm wondering if he's winded by now.
That's about a 20-yard average on 2 runs.
Yeah.
So the Yellow Jackets with a first and 10. Ball at the 13-yard line. At Essex 13-yard line. Yellow Jackets. And again, that's Weldon running hard down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Boy, they're in rhythm. This offense is clicking now.
They are. They're rolling.
So first and, no, it's going to be second and about 2 yards to go for the first down. And about 4 yards for the touchdown.
Take your pick.
Let's see, I think I'll take that, the latter. Touchdown.
Sure, why not?
So 2nd and 2 for the first down at Essex 4-yard line. Yellow Jackets. The snap, the run. Is that Boxley on the carry? Gary Boxley, 5'9", 184, senior. Tried to high step it in there. Picked up a yard on that play.
Yeah, now he's gonna have to go for that first now.
They got the first down.
Oh, okay.
So Boxley picking up the first down. It's first and goal for James Monroe. Ball at the Essex 2-yard line. Touchdown here pretty much put this thing out of reach, Bob.
Yeah, or it'll give the psychological impression.
And that's Weldon trying to spin his way in. And unable to get in, so second and goal from about the 1-yard line. So where's the best place to run on that side? Number 77.
yeah. It's strange we would pick that number.
So let's see if the Yellow Jackets run behind big number 77, Brandon Martin. 6'5", 345. All bunched in there. Full house backfield. Quarterback under center. Gets the snap. Hands it off. That's going to be, is that Boxley again try to get in?
We got Vincent Smith the ball carrier. No gain, 3rd and goal.
So 3rd and goal, Bob. What? About the 3-yard line? 2.
Hey, he's a little tighter than that, isn't he? Or not?
2.5.
Okay.
All I see is a blur down there.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
looking at my monitor. It brings it right to you. So 3rd and goal for James Monroe.
3rd and goal for the Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets running outside into the end zone. Touchdown. Yeah. Is that 25?
25, yeah.
Vincent Smith Jr. from 3 yards out. That's Vincent Smith Jr.
Yeah.
5'6", 172 senior getting the Yellow Jackets on the board again. So, you know, Friday night, Bob, with all the rain in the area and all of the games being called off, Essex wanted to play that game Friday night.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yep. You know why?
They knew we were fast.
Yeah, if I had the kick is up, and it's good. If I had to play the Yellow Jackets, I think I prefer playing them on a sloppy track too.
Yeah, I guess so. It ended. It's a good tradition and a bad tradition. They say, okay, if you're a fast team, you know, you score a lot of points, but
yes,
on a wet night, you're not going to be as good.
I remember a wet field in a state semifinal game up near Harrisburg. What was the name of that school? Turner Ashby.
Turner Ashby, yeah.
Field was wet and we lost.
Yes.
Timeout on the field. 4:10 to go here in this 3rd quarter. 29-6 James Monroe. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Yellow Jackets set to kick off to Essex. If you're hearing it crunching, Bob, it's me and this cough drop.
And I don't blame him.
One of those directional squib kicks again by James Monroe.
There must be somebody back there that they don't want to handle the ball too often.
Yeah. So you kick it away and rely. Excuse me. Rely on your defense. 29-6 outscore.
If Essex doesn't come up with a decent drive this time around, you know, it's gonna be tough on them to get anything going.
Nice crowd on hand tonight for Monday Night Football. Essex.
Yeah, he gets wrapped up.
Number 24 on the carry. Is that Kevin Damara?
Let's see.
Yeah.
24 is Damara.
Big boy, Bob. 6'2", 240. Freshman.
Wow. We've called a few freshmen tonight.
Yeah, and they're getting playing time.
Yep.
2nd down and about 4 yards to go for Essex at their 43-yard line. And the quarterback spins and runs, and he's going to be about a yard shy of picking up that 1st down. So how do you prepare your team for a short week?
Let's see, you let them rest tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then light workout on Wednesday, and
Pass Thursday?
Yeah, that's right.
3rd yard to go for Essex. And a nice little dart move off guard on the left side. And that's going to be an Essex 1st down. So the first real tough competition, I guess, that Essex has had this year, Bob.
It's either that or or James Monroe's having an exceptional night, and probably a combination of the two.
1st and 10 for Essex. And that's going to be a run into the secondary. And finally tripped up, but a nice run by number 27, Malik Martin. Not only was Martin hit, Bob, at about the 28-yard line, but he stretched that ball out to get more yardage.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's been watching the NFL highlights.
He's a good athlete.
Yeah.
Martin, we're talking about. Big gain from the line of scrimmage down to the James Monroe 25-yard line. 1st and 10 yards to go for Essex. 2:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Essex. And that didn't go, didn't fool anybody.
That's a
little inside handoff.
Yeah, that's a good drive stopper. You know, you stop them on 1st down like that, you know, it's got to be disappointing. And they do need to have 2 more disappointing plays coming up here.
Kevin Dameron, the ball carrier for Essex. Quarterback going to the Essex sideline getting a play. Coming back in with the play. Need a good 2nd down and 11 play here. Got receivers split to the near and far side of the field. And getting a whistle. Essex taking a timeout. Coach is coming out on the field fussing about something. Got to be a disappointing loss for Essex thus far.
Yeah, I think they're very surprised that,
you know, it's amazing when the Yellow Jackets were playing in single A when we were members of the Northern Neck, we had difficulty beating those teams.
Exactly.
But as long as we were double A and they were single A, we would always beat them. I mean, go figure.
Is it psychological?
It's psychological.
It must be. Oh, we're supposed to.
And I don't think we won a title the whole time we were down at single A.
It was strange, wasn't it? It was really strange.
But when we moved back up to double A is when we won, you know, championships.
Wow.
So, single A football, not our cup of tea. So 2nd down and 11 yards to go for Essex. 1:54 to go here in this 3rd quarter.
2nd and 12 for Essex.
2nd and 11. And a quarterback on the keeper down to about the 24-yard line. They've tried that play a couple of times tonight, and it has not worked. So I would suggest that coach take that page number 12 out of his page book and rip that bad boy up.
Quarterback counter, throw that out.
3rd and 9 facing Essex. 1:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Quarterback dropping back. And it's going to be a jump ball. Is he out of bounds? Yes. Came up with the catch too, didn't he?
Yeah, that to me that was a jump ball.
Let's welcome Tim Coleman back in the press box. Tim, we thought we said something bad. You walked.
Well, I had a couple players out here behind a couple, not players, but coaches that coached in the area and out here behind the press box, and they wanted to ask a few questions about a few things. So we were talking a little bit.
Anything you can share?
Well, they were King George coaches. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay. They trying to get a little inside.
Yeah.
4th and 9 to go. And over the intended receiver's head, that was intended for Terrell Huntley.
Big stand there. Big turnover.
Well, if he were Wilt Chamberlain, he could have come up with an excellent catch there. A little bit too high for the 5'8" Terrell.
You know, Breck Hall, Herman, who has coached over Cortland for years, you know, for his brother J.C., you know, he's down at King George now as a defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And Vern Lunsford, who, you know, played for me at Spotsy and then coached me at Fredericksburg Christian. He got a PE job down at the high school, so he's down there with Jeff Smith, and he's running the offense.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Vern's brother Joe was out back. He's a defensive coordinator over here at Chancellor.
I spelled single wing. I mean, no, I spelled Delaware wing T somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll be fried and we'll be good.
What they're running down there, too.
Hey, what do you think, Herb?
Got wing T written all over it. First run from the line of scrimmage by the Yellow Jackets, picking up 3 yards, setting up a second down, and about 7 yards to go. 45 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 29-6, James Monroe. They can put it into cruise control here now.
Yeah, they might want to throw one down the field, see what happens.
Tack on 6 more here. And the Yellow Jackets quarterback, nice move, hurdles a player. That's a late hit. Well, he was kind of in the air, couldn't pull up.
Yeah.
That's not like the first one.
No.
Momentum drove him out of bounds. Now, Tim, one thing that Bob and I certainly agree on and have been agreeing on it for years is that we never believe in sitting on the ball.
Sitting on the ball?
No.
4th and 1, 16 seconds ago, we're going to throw the ball.
Keeps it exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the bad news is when Felton comes in for Felton, they don't even know it's his brother,
That's right.
in second string, right?
Trips to the far side of the field. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the pistol. Handoff. And tremendous leg drive. A little scrum going on there. I was watching the highlights of a football game yesterday. Was it yesterday in the NFL? A running back had the ball around the 10-yard line. And his offensive linemen, they had the whole surge drove for about 10 yards. It looked like a blocking sled. Unbelievable. And I mean literally about the 10-yard line, and they pushed that whole pile right into the end zone, and it was a touchdown. Unbelievable.
See, that's what linemen like, Herman.
Yeah.
They really like that kind of stuff, because linemen, let me tell you something about linemen. It's a whole lot easier to teach a lineman to go forward and run block than it is back up and pass set.
That's right.
It
That's
is.
right.
And they know when you getting down in them trenches and you giving that ball to that running back, they know, hey, this is what I live for. This is what I live for.
Guess what? I'm ready to get my helmet down.
Yeah. It's right under here now.
Hey, Bob, I think I got one more. Root them out of there. So as we began the fourth quarter play, we did not take a break. Interesting conversation going on here in the press box. You don't get this everywhere now. Exclusively here on Channel 83.
But I was talking to Coach Survey a couple weeks ago, and one of the things he was the most proud of right now at this point in time is his offensive line. He told me, he said, I feel like it's one of the better offensive linemen set of linemen I've had.
I've heard him say that, and I'm looking back through the years and saying, my goodness, that's something.
That's saying something, yeah.
Yes. Second down and 8 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. 2 receivers to the near side. 4 wideouts. Nice reception. And he stepped out of bounds. Leacock on the far side.
That's a shame because he wanted the races.
Some of the, we always say some of the most dynamic plays in the game is kickoff return or punt return. Adds a little excitement to the game. But one of the plays I really like is when you have receivers that are downfield blocking.
Yep, You're right.
I love to see receivers throw blocks downfield and open stuff up.
When a receiver will throw a block downfield, that tells you that he's bought into the program.
That's right.
And he's worried about winning more than he's worried about himself.
That's right.
That's what it tells you.
1st and 10. Yellow Jackets. Look at a rifle in the middle.
Felton.
Felton still on his feet. He's going to go at the 10, the 5, into the end zone, touchdown. 52-yard touchdown strike from Felton to Felton.
There you go.
He refused to go down. Brother to brother.
52 yards on the catch.
I know that in the next few weeks, guys, James Monroe is going to play some tough competition. They got Cortland, they got Chancellor, which are going to be some good tests for them. But also, you know, getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that I've seen tonight, like I said, this is the first time I've had a chance to see James Monroe, is the fact that they're running attack.
Yeah.
The running attack is what's setting up the passing attack.
Yeah.
And a coach like yourself, Tim, and again, a missed snap, and it's going to be fallen on, bobbled by the holder. So the Yellow Jackets unable to get the extra point here. Timeout on the field, 11:41 to go in this fourth quarter, 35-6. And we'll talk about what you were just talking about, Tim, when we come back after this.
As we go cases in place.
Welcome back to Maury Stadium, 35-6 our score. 11:41 to go here in the fourth quarter. Yellow Jackets set to kick off. And before we went away on break, we were talking about the running game. And Tim, I mean, if there's any coach around that loves to run the football, it's you.
Right.
I mean, it started way back. We won't go back to Spot Fang. We'll go back to Cortland days. And it's that running game.
Yep, yep.
Again, a short kick, hurdles a player up the sideline, midfield, 45, down to the James Monroe 42-yard line. Nice return.
A little bit tired of looking at the wrong end of the score and wants to get something down the field.
I see Laundry on the field.
Yep.
I don't know if that's laundry or kicking tee.
That's kicking tee.
Yeah.
That's it. That's right.
But, you know, Herman, talking, you know, and what I said earlier about James Monroe tonight, running the football to set up the passing game, and, you know, what you said about wing T and what I've been used to for most of my career. And, you know, if we can't run the football, then we have no passing attack.
Yeah.
We have no way of play action because, you know, that's what you do. You get people creeping up in there to stop your running game. You fake that run, and then you got to pass it that goes off of it. And that's what the wing T kind of is based on.
And when that would go for Cortland, that's when it was tough for the Yellow Jackets. Nice defensive play. They nearly took the handoff. But Lucas in on the stop for the Yellow Jackets. But Tim, you were right. The times that the Yellow Jackets had success against Cortland or those teams that ran the wing T, it was when they could defend the run and force them to throw the football. Then it's a completely different ball game. But if you're executing that wing T to perfection like you guys have done for so many years, it's hard to stop.
Yeah. Hard to find the ball is what it is.
Yeah.
Timeout on the field, 10:52 to go here in this fourth quarter. 35-6. I'm somewhat surprised at the score.
No kidding. I think in that very first quarter, you know, when they came down and they missed that extra point, something in their head just said, you know, hey.
Yep.
And Tim, you saw Essex play earlier this year.
Right.
What's your assessment of the team you saw then and what you see tonight?
Well,
is it more JM and less Essex?
You know, when you always talk about games, Herman, I always kind of the conclusion that the team that you're playing against has a lot to do with what you look like. And like I said, down at King George a few weeks ago, they never had to go to that single wing look because they did what they wanted to. Here tonight, James Monroe got them out of the spread real early because of the damage James Monroe's defense was doing to that particular look.
So second, 14 to go. Swing pass in the flat. Nice run. And still Shorter picking up the first down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
That's a well-designed play there. I like that pattern.
Bob, I thought Essex kind of got away from that game plan too early.
Well,
I think they panicked early.
I was impressed when they went to the single wing at first, okay? Now, here's what you deal with the single wing, Herman, with the Delaware wing T to a certain extent.
Yeah.
They're not come from behind offenses. They're grinded out, okay, hit you when you don't think you're going to pass type offenses. Now, and that's, that's sort of what happened. They got behind, what was it, 22 to 6 at halftime. So you know what, as a coach, you go in at halftime and you feel like, you know what, I've got to be able to try to make a play to get back in the game. And sometimes by trying to do that, it gets you out of what you do comfortably. We saw how they moved the ball down the field in that single wing on that second series.
Yeah.
Right down the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they couldn't afford to stay in it because they had to do some things to try to get back into the game.
And plus, it gives your defense, if your defensive coordinator is smart.
Yep.
Who's the defensive coordinator?
I don't know. What's his name?
I don't know.
You ever talk to him at dinner table?
Every now and then. No, please don't mention that. But the point I'm making is they made their adjustments too.
Sure.
And to counter what they were doing. And it's been a little bit successful.
From a coaching aspect, this last play they ran, Herman, they ran a jailbreak screen back inside. The ball carrier gets tackled. It's 3rd and 3, okay?
Yeah.
Now, when he got tackled, did you notice how many James Monroe defensive people was around the football?
Yeah.
10 out of the 11.
I
10
saw.
out of the 11. That's what playing defense is getting after people.
Yeah, that's right. Being aggressive to the ball.
Being aggressive.
Oh, yeah. Now they know we got this thing on TV, right? They want to see that film.
When my son was playing football and I was broadcasting games, that's the only one thing I ever told my son about the game of football. I say, Ken, the camera watches you on every play. That means you got to hustle.
And the camera don't lie.
The camera doesn't lie. And
good tackle.
going to be a little bit short of picking up that first down.
Yeah.
So,
Essex is gonna have to go for it.
Well, you're down by 29 with 10 minutes to go in this football game. Got to go for it here. Quarterback getting a play from number 1 on the sideline. I don't think they've done a good job of getting plays in there, too.
Yeah, he called a timeout one time. He wasn't communicating well.
And they fumble the football.
Oh, that's going to hurt him.
Yellow Jackets fall on it.
They're not going to get the first down like that on it.
You know what happened? The play was late coming in. The quarterback was checking the play on his wrist. And it took away his concentration on what he had to do. He was more concerned about the play than getting the ball. Can't make him think too much out there.
Hate to make this statement, but when it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
Yeah. And probably the best football team that this Essex team has faced this year. And
I don't think there's any question about that, huh?
Yeah. And the Yellow Jackets. Well, and I'm not saying that. We were talking about it when you were away, Tim. The Yellow Jackets were single A at one point in the Northern Neck. Never won the big games in the Northern Neck when they were single A.
Yeah.
Moved back up to double A and won state championship. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets taking a timeout. So where are we next week, Dr. Blackburn?
Caroline here at Murray.
Alumni night. So the old dudes will be back, huh?
Yep, didn't they? And they jump in the fire. I swear, Osborne High School.
Felt letters on the sweater.
Their helmets were shaped like they were leather, but
So the Yellow Jackets taking a timeout here. 9:35 to go. So Tim, you also work with Mike Neville
Yeah.
in broadcasting games.
Yeah, we've been doing a few games. He asked me if I'd help him out again. I told him I would.
Yeah.
And we hadn't actually done any games the last 2 weeks because of the weather.
Yeah. What a nice guy. Tell my friend I said hello.
I sure will.
Yellow Jackets. That new quarterback in there, Bob? No,
That's Matt.
That's Matt Felton.
Okay, so big brother.
Old switcheroo here now. You got to flip that thing around and go Matt Felton to Felton.
But you know what?
Did that make sense?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, they're not losing a whole lot by putting him in there. And I've seen teams say, really, this is your second string?
Felton, 5'10", 160, senior. I'm talking about brother Matt.
We're getting some other kids involved in the game here, with 8 minutes left, and which is very smart on Coach Survey's part.
Trips to the far side of the field. Nice handoff up the middle. Number 32 on the carry. Juwan Davis, 5'11", 190, senior. Bumbling up the middle, picking up good yards down to the 41-yard line. Up to the 41.
Yeah, we strange. The field is starting to look a little soft, but then we've only seen one player
really
have a problem. Yeah.
For all the rain we've had, the field is in excellent shape tonight.
Unbelievably so.
I mean, you had actually one day, and the wind was better than the sun.
Right, exactly.
But the wind is really what dries it out. 3rd and 2 to go. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground. Did that surge give them enough for the first down? I think so. I bet he doesn't take that any amount of money. They don't bring the chain out.
Yeah, the guy's got a sore toe.
Now, I don't know, Bob. You might want to agree with me, but what do you think? This official crew, one of the laziest we've ever.
Well, at least they haven't really set the grills up in this something, right?
I knew they were going to give it to him. They haven't called for a measurement tonight. And we've had about 3 calls that could have resulted in a measurement. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, and they keep it on the ground. And that's going to be Felton, brother Matt. Matt never did go down.
Felton gave him the football and helped him up.
Great sportsmanship there.
Great.
See, that's because, you know why? I know those guys, Matt, the Felton brothers. I know their dad.
Yeah.
Dad's a real man.
Okay.
Thus, you see the sportsmanship on the field. Reflection.
Hey, you can tell.
Yep.
He's not military to boot, is he?
I don't think so, but fine young man, father. 2nd and 10 yards to go for James Monroe. 7-10 and counting down here in the 4th quarter. From the pistol, Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground into the secondary. That's Davis on the carry. Huge gainer down to the 29-yard line. Huge run by number 32. Juwan Davis, 5'11", 190, senior on the carry.
Yeah, we saw him on the opening series. He handled the opening series, and then, wow, they have some running backs to pick from out there.
And he's a senior, Tim, but we talked about it earlier. They've got a stable of runners on this sideline, and all of those guys can do just what Davis did on that play.
Well, of course, anything can happen in the course of a football season. We can sit here and speculate that, and hopefully James Monroe will get to the playoffs.
Yes.
But if they do get to the playoffs, Herman, what's the date of today? October the 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a statement October the 5th that is their running game is going to take them as deep as they get into the playoffs. The running game is going to set up what they do as a team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because that running game, if they can get that going, along with that passing game, they're going to be a dangerous team in Division III.
And if you look at most JM teams in the last, they've always had a good running back, but they were always pass-oriented.
Right.
Whereas this year, there's more of a balance.
Yeah,
You
there
know,
is.
they can run the football.
Yeah.
2nd and 3 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. Davis on a carry.
Oh,
He refuses to go down.
yeah, it looked like they were grabbing the ball while he was on the way down.
How about those Cowboys last night? All right, I ain't starting up.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it, but I'm assuming since you're a Redskin man, that they didn't do so good. We go. Oh.
3rd down and 3. Lost the yard on that play. Number 1 split to the far side of the field. DJ Boley. Watch this tall guy. Got double coverage over there, but they're going to run the ball, and he gets to the initial line of scrimmage. Boxley on the carry, refuses to go down. Finally taken down inside the 15 to about the 11-yard line.
They are showing Essex that they're deep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got a host of runners. Coach Survey.
Boxer goes for 11.
I mean, I don't care whether we are broadcasting a James Monroe game, a Massaponish game, a Cortland game. We have been blessed in this area with some heck of some athletes.
Yeah, we have. There's no doubt about that.
And the Yellow Jackets, and that's going to be Davis on the carry. It looked like a little horse collar there.
Jones.
No penalty. 4:36 and counting down here. But I'm amazed that tonight it's not the Yellow Jackets scoring the points, because we know we've seen games where they really put points on the board, Bob. But the defense stepped up tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's the most important thing of all.
one score and not many threats after that.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and about 7 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. And they keep it on the ground, bouncing to the outside. And that's Davis again on the carry. Ball came out. They're going to see, is he down? Yeah. Come on, you could give him 1.
Well, the second series, they came out in a single wing. And it took James Monroe just a little bit of time to make some adjustments.
Yes.
They did take the ball down the field. They were impressive on that drive.
Yeah.
But you know what? Then you have to give that defensive coordinator and the defensive coaches, you got to give them some credit on making some adjustments, Herman. You really do, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You're a little reluctant there, but okay.
Okay. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. And that's going to be Felton. Felton and flag on the play. Got into the end zone, but it's going to be a holding call against the Yellow Jackets. Bringing him back.
I've always kind of been of the opinion, and over my years of coaching, that, you know, if you get into a close football game, I mean, if it's sort of a runaway in the first half, you know, you're just going out there in the second half to get through the end of the game without getting anybody hurt.
Yeah.
But when you get into a close football game, I've always said that the team that can make the best halftime adjustments is usually the team that's going to come out on top.
Yes. And it takes the ability of those players to go out and execute. And it takes a coach that can demand of his players what he wants.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 15 yards to go.
Could be a throwing down. But I doubt it.
3:03 to go in this football game. Yellow Jackets keep it on the ground.
I think that's a good play.
Yeah.
Call hold.
Flag coming
Back
in.
them up another 15 tonight.
What do you think, Bob?
But-
Bring the tea out.
Yeah, that's right.
See, I haven't always thought that way about putting points on the board, but I've got a dear friend here who's a quarterback.
There's never enough. I'm sorry. I just.
Bob will load it up on you in a minute.
Oh, it's nice to sit up here in the booth and want that, but down on the field, it's a different story.
So the penalty against the Yellow Jackets, 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Ball back out to the Essex 29-yard line. Third down here. Yellow Jackets will probably be very conservative here.
Shoot, I was hoping for the double reverse pass.
Flea flicker here. Third and long. Felton rolling out.
Hey, he's going to get it.
Yeah. That's old WWF takedown there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Belly to belly suplex, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. So loss of yards bringing up a fourth down. Fourth down, and I like it.
Half a mile?
Yeah, like it when those old announcers say, fourth down and a mile to go. Number 3 checking into the JM lineup, Antoine Lewis Gray, 6-footer, 175 junior. Number 7 coming out, Sean Smith, 6-footer, 154 freshman. Yellow Jackets going to go for it here. No punt here on fourth down. And try to hit number 12, Jalen Price.
See, part of that, you know, Herman, when you get to
like
this
a bubble
time,
screen?
Yeah, that was what's called a bubble jailbreak type screen.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you get to this point of the game, you know, you're better off just running a play and letting the defense go back at you. Because what happens is so many of your starters right now have been out. And then, you know, usually you just have one special team. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have a backup punt return or backup punt coverage. So instead of running all those kids back out there and take a chance on somebody getting hurt, you know, you just run a little safe play like that and move on and let the defense play.
Number 66 rushing out, Samuel Cole.
You're going to say Samuel T. Jackson.
First and 10 for Essex, minute 46 to go. Quarterback, middle screen. And that's where you hit those big guys, go right for the ankles. Nice game. See how composed that quarterback is now?
Yeah, it's amazing when he's not tight. He's a darn good quarterback.
First down and 10 yards to go for Essex at midfield. Minute 34 to go.
You don't have quite the pressure on him that you had early in the game with this group.
He's going to even run it. He's had a tough night tonight. Sacked by the Yellow Jackets. They've gotten to him pretty much tonight, haven't they?
They're going to pin their ears back and come at him from now on.
Second and 13, a minute remaining in this football game. Yellow Jackets will up their record to 4-1. And Essex getting their first blemish of the season. They'll fall to 4-1. From the gun, quarterback, screen again up the sideline, and he stepped out of bounds. They're going to mark it back. It looked like he was like 45. At the 40.
And fans, we please ask you to stay off the playing surface until the teams have shaken.
37.2 seconds to go. I haven't seen this team quit yet. They're trying to score here.
Yeah,
you know what? They're going to be 4-1 after this game, and they're going to be 4-1 for a reason. I mean, they've got a pretty good football team.
Yes.
For the competition level that they, you know, are in.
That's right.
I mean, they're a Division I school.
Yeah.
You know, And I think they're ranked number 1. They were before tonight, number 1 in the state.
Quarterback looking and rifles a pass. He was hit hard again.
Yeah, his face is down in the mud.
And you know what? If I'm their coach, you know what?
You pull him out?
Well, either let him hand it off or something. Let's just get out of the game.
Yeah.
We're not going to win this football game. Let's see if we can just get out of here with nobody getting seriously hurt and regroup. I
Get
tell
ready
you what,
for next Friday.
His best friend tomorrow is going to be Mr. Ice Pack.
Yeah, that kid has really had a tough night tonight. We're talking about number 12, the quarterback, Nelson.
We'll just run the football and get out of here and get on back down the road.
32.2 seconds remaining. It's a 4th down and 5 yards to go. And he's a little swing pass in the flat. This guy had no business throwing that football. He's hurt.
He's hurting. His hands hurt.
Yeah.
Whole body hurt.
And that's going to stop the clock, turn it over to the Yellow Jackets with 27 seconds to go. Coach is not seeing what we're seeing, is he?
No, and it's all about pride because he's kept that number 1 quarterback in there with the with hopes.
So the Yellow Jackets getting the ball for one final time here with 27.9 seconds to go. And our Yellow Jackets night control things from the very beginning of this football game tonight.
Yeah, they did.
And they haven't looked like they've been off for, how long has it been for crying out loud?
Hasn't it?
Yeah, about 12, 13 days.
We had a bye last week, didn't we?
Yep, had a bye.
Yeah, then last thing I remember was eating dinner down in Petersburg.
That's right. Did we play a game that night?
No, we just went to Petersburg and had dinner.
Oh, well, they were disappointed in that team, weren't they?
Yes.
Wow.
So the Yellow Jackets, they will not have to snap it again, I don't think.
No.
That's going to do it.
Guys, I appreciate y'all letting me hang out with y'all tonight.
Tim Coleman,
Enjoyed it.
always a pleasure. We enjoyed it, and thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you, Tim. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank y'all.
And quit teaching that wing T offense to everybody else, all right?
All right, that's Tim Coleman. Final score here at Monroe Stadium tonight as the Yellow Jackets up their record to 4-1. Essex will fall to 4-1. We'll be back with our final comments coming up right after this timeout. Welcome back to Monroe Stadium. Final score 35-6, and Bob Blackburn with a recap of tonight's score.
Well, JM got on the board early in the first quarter at 8:47 with John Weldon on a 4-yard run. Point after was good, 7-0. JM took the early lead. Essex came back with just a few seconds left, 24 seconds left in the first quarter on a 5-yard run by Nelson. Their point after wasn't good, and the Jacket tied kind of went our way. Anyway, it was 7-6 at the end of the first quarter. JM scored first in the second quarter, 10:38 on a 15-yard TD run by Weldon. Once again, point after good, 14-6. JM scored again at 2:01 with a 26-yard pass from Felton to Antoine Lewis Gray, and the point after was good. The 2-point conversion was good, and that made it 22-6 at the end of the half. JM came back and scored in the third quarter at 4:10 with Vincent Smith Jr. on a 2-yard run. Point after was good. That made it 29-6, and JM was walking to the barn here. And in the fourth quarter, they put another one, put icing on the cake. JM scored at 11:41 with a 52-yard pass from Felton to Felton. And the point after no good there, but the final score, James Monroe 35 and Essex 6.
That Felton to Felton has a little ring to it.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
So the Yellow Jackets coming away with a win here on a Monday night, 35-6, to up their record to 4-1, and a team to reckon with and to be aware of in the Battlefield District, Bob, because the Yellow Jackets are playing extremely good football right now, getting right into the meat of the schedule for the season, and trying to gear up and make the playoffs. But a good example of a playoff type performance tonight against a tough Essex team. So Yellow Jackets winning tonight 35-6. Next Friday night we'll be back here at this Friday night. 2 games in 1 week.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
How did Jim arrange that? 2 games in 1 week. We'll be back here this Friday night for Alumni Night as the Carolina Cavaliers come to town to take on the JM Yellow Jackets. So the Yellow Jackets win big here at home. As so for Bob, for Jim, I'm Herman Cave saying so long from Maury Stadium.